old. She is quite, and I
Okay.
don't think this is a tragedy. It is rather a new beginning of a new life.
Okay. You will listen this statement very carefully. In an ideal world, no one would talk before 10 a.m. People would just hug because waking up is really hard. What do you mean by this statement, and who is saying this statement in the doll's house? Because these lines are very famous lines, and I'm sure that you have read all these things with text, so you can easily relate these lines with the character. In an ideal world, no one would talk before 10 a.m. People would just hug because waking up is really hard.
I do know the context of these lines, but I can't right now recall who has spoken these words.
Okay, all right. Um, do you remember any favorite quotation from the Doll's House or by
Any,
Ibsen's?
sorry, any favorite?
Quotation, any favorite line of yours?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
When when Nora talks about when at the end, near the end of the play, she talks about that I have been a doll at my sorry, I have been a doll at my father's house, and now I am a doll at my husband's house. She talks about her being a doll. Basically, she is talking about her treatment now. So these are the lines that I quite remember about her, because these lines are very touchy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what are the exact lines?
Our house
Okay.
has been.
Mm-hmm. So what? Okay, what does Nora realize at the end of the doll's house? What is there? What is the different this time that she has realized?
Now she is realizing her responsibilities towards her own self. She talks about that being, responsible to others for other things doesn't matter. One's first need is to educate one's own self and to know about one's own self. As
These are
now,
the very basic things, Miss Fatima. My question is about specifically, I'm talking about the ending of the doll's house. Please re-listen the question. The question is, what the protagonist, the main character, Nora, is realizing at the end of the doll's house. I'm not saying what she is realizing in the middle. I'm talking about the ending lines, what she is realizing there. The symbol
she,
of slamming the door, I'm giving you a hint. What
yes, sir,
do you mean
getting
by
it.
that when she slams the door?
She is here understanding that being traditional won't work, being conservative or being, uh, traditional. I
Don't
would
you
like
think
the.
this time she's feeling alienated from religion and the law? No, this time she's trying to discover on her own. This time
Yes,
she's trying to discover herself. She is feeling alienated from everything, from religion, from political, from law, from everything that is around her. Do you feel that she was trying to rediscover something new?
yes, sir. I just used the word that she was talking about. She's just hinting at the new horizons that are lying ahead her, because the slamming of the door shows that she is now just closing the doors that
Okay,
were.
some rapid fire question and then we will move on. Dr. Rank is in love with Nora.
Okay. Yes.
He is.
Yes, sir. He's.
Okay, Nora's father died. The date is mentioned, the date has been mentioned by Ibsen there. What is the date or the month? What do you remember?
I don't remember the exact date, but but this age was, so the date was 2 or 3 years earlier, but 2 or 3 days
How many
early than the
how
than
many total acts are there in the doll's house?
3x.
Okay, three acts plays there. Fair enough. Uh, Just the theme of the doll's house that you remember, a single theme, not 2, 3, 4 themes, a single theme.
Marriage roles.
Okay. All right. Who is the villain in the doll's house?
Social norms.
What do you feel about Krogstad? Krogstad is not the villain. Do you feel he's the protagonist?
I don't think he's a villain, because he turns and he's
Fair
what we
enough.
can, he was like he was not actually, he didn't actually wanted to harm harm Nora, because we see that he was even ready to get the back, but he was not the circumstances didn't favor him, so it was not possible for him to stop that that letter from
All right.
Howard.
Okay. The last 3 questions about your country, like about Pakistan. So my first question is, what is the name of the president of Pakistan, Ms. Fatima?
President Dr. Arif Alvi.
Okay. How many total districts are there in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, in KPK?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Yes.
Khyber, recently the government has divided the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa's district in 2 districts. So no, this time that is the reason we have total 36 districts in KPK. So what is the name of the new?
So I don't know about Khyber Pakhtunkhwa's division of districts, but I know about Punjab's division. Recently, Wazirabad has been, added
Oh yeah,
to. And
you're from Punjab, but why do you don't know anything about KPK? Do you feel that the KPK is not the part of Pakistan?
I've been preparing for my interview, and I was just, focusing on these things. So I didn't even listen about these things. Being very.
Okay. Who is the captain of then Pakistan's women cricket team? Any idea about that?
Sorry again, sir.
Okay. The last question, and I'm sure that you will not skip this question. A very humanitarian and activist Hollywood actor recently visited Pakistan. What is the name of that girl? Lady, in fact.
I don't know, sir.
Okay, all right, Ms. Fatima, thank you so much for a wonderful interaction, and your fellows there are answering their questions in the chat box. I'm sure that these questions, they were quite easy, but okay, that's fine. Should we proceed further to the next section, that is about the feedback section, Ms. Fatima? Ms. Fatima, overall your grip on your favorite genre like Ibsen, that is perfectly fine, but you need to improve 3 things in your interview overall. First of all, when you are delivering a concept in a language, do not try to, switch the code of the language. Like sometimes when you are talking in English, you are using some words perhaps unconsciously of Urdu. So that shows the weak control is there. So try to improve with the help of practice, and inshallah, I'm sure that you will. The second thing is about definitely the views about Ibsen. You need to revisit some basic details, and when I say basic details, I mean the quotations from the Ibsen, some lines from the Ibsens, and what Ibsen is actually delivering. The last thing is about your general knowledge portion. In case you are going to answer this question, like you are not interested in the other provinces of Pakistan, and you are just preparing for the interview from Punjab section, maybe that is not going to help you. Maybe the panel is going to take a wrong impression from this particular statement. So my request would be that you may skip the question with the statement like I will have to look the answer, because saying that I am not interested, indirectly, if you're saying that I do not know anything about KPK, that is going to give them a shock. if an aspirant is claiming that he does not know anything about KPK. So these are the very basic details, like Bisma is there, the captain of the women cricket team, Angela Jolie is there, South Waziristan district. So these things, on daily basis, we see on the social media. So please keep in touch with all these things. Overall, the interview was fantastic. The good thing is your spoken is good, your grip on Ibsen is good, you have prepared your introduction and all the things in appropriate manner. That is definitely going to give you the plus point. But you need to revisit the core ideas of Ibsen. And when I talk about core ideas, I mean we were not able to understand that you have read the Ibsen's plays with text, because when I was talking about the last section, I was not getting the desired answers. But overall, still the interview was worthy enough that we can easily touch the 70 line. The score will be 70 if I'm there, taking your interview. Okay. 70 is not a bad score, but we can improve the score from 70 to 75 easily, but we need practice for that. And I'm wishing you good luck, and I'm sure that inshallah you will improve it.
Yes, sir, sure. Thank you for your
Thank you so
feedback.
much.
Thank you.
Stay blessed, Ms. Fatima. In the last section, about questions of the linguistics. So yesterday, not linguistics, sorry, I'm talking about the literary terms. The first term that you need to revisit is diction. And I'm not asking the questions I'm not taking the questions from this portion yet, but please keep it in your mind that in your actual interview, they will definitely ask the questions. If they're going to take the literary terms, they will not skip this portion. So you need to revisit this portion. Okay, then there will be dilemma, dirge. I'm mentioning this term for the second time. It's very important one, by the way. Okay, dogmatic, dramatic monologue, then there is simple word drama, and drama has been derived up from the word dram, meaning to do, to perform. So the term for the very first time used in English in Jacobean drama by the plays and all these things, you need to mention these things as well when you're talking about drama in your interview. Okay, allergical meter. First of all, at number 7, we have allergy. Sir, I'm not having BA degree at that time, but I have result card. Should I take it? Is it necessary? Thank you so much for asking the question, Miss Amna, in a difficult language. Just kidding. You try to collect your BA degree, your graduation degree. If it is not possible, that's not a big deal. But like it is very easy to collect the BA degrees, the graduation degrees from your university, so you can collect it easily if you have not received your call letter yet. Okay, you can discuss this operational question later on in the group. Okay, then elision. Once again, I'm repeating this term because a lot many person they're feeling the difficulty with this term. Okay, elision. Elision is basically dropping the final sound of a word. Okay, that is a metrical effect. Okay, after that we have empiricism. At number 10, we have enjambment. At number 11, we have Epicurean. At number 12, we have epigram. At number 13, we have epilogue. At number 14, we have epiphany. At number 15, we have episode. At number 16, we have epistolary novel. But before that, epistle. Please resize. Okay. At number 17, we have epistolary novel. Oh yeah, Amna, you are requested to contact me in case you are unable to locate the proper answer. But that's not a big deal. At number 18, epitome. At number 19, you are supposed to prepare what do you mean by etymology. Very basic definition, the study of the origin and the history of words. But please prepare some basic examples as well. And especially what do you mean by logic, okay? Then existentialism, the term is very important. Existentialism, it is basically a philosophy of the 20th century that is basically concerned with the analysis of your existence, like the way man is finding himself existing in this world. Although existentialists, they themselves differ in a lot many ways, like their doctrine, attitude, and a lot many things are different, but still they are talking about all these things. Jean-Paul Sartre and the Albert Camus, they are the two well-known existential writers. So do not skip these writers and prepare all the things that are related to Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus. And then like you can go for the Waiting for Godot and the Caretaker. These two plays, they will definitely help you. Okay, at 21st, we have exposition. At 22, we have fable. 23, you have fairy tale. Easy question, fairy tale, easy term. At 24, you have fantasy. What is the difference between fairy tale and fantasy? That is important as well. Feminist criticism. Number 26, that is fiction. At number 27, we have figure. And figure means intentional deviation from the normal things, like the spelling, when you are deviating from the spellings, when you're deviating from the formation, when you're deviating from the construction, when you're deviating from the application. So they are figure of speech as well, like how the language, when you're using the language, you are deviating from the literal and the denotative meanings of the words in order to suggest something additional. Okay, figure of speech say one thing in terms of something else. Okay, so figure of speech, you may describe figure of speech with the examples as well. Then finish method. This method is important as well. Finish method, when you are going to organize the folk tales. FINNISH. Finish method. Finish method means when you are going to organize the folk tales, folklores in the order of their motifs. Okay, when you are going to organize the folk tales on the basis of their geographical and the chronological distribution. Okay, so for the very first time, this term was coined somewhere in 1867. Okay, and it is the product of Finland. That is the reason we have Finnish method. Okay, Finland, the country where this term was produced, and later on it traveled towards the England. Then we have flashback, and at number 30 we have, that is fleshly school. FLESHLYSCHOOL. Fleshly school. Fleshly school is basically the name that usually given to the pre-Raphaels. Okay, so that is something about pre-Raphaels. So pre-Raphaels के बारे में जब भी बात करेंगे तो उनके जो ऑपोजिट ख्याल रखने वाला जो ग्रुप था उन्हें फ्लैशली स्कूल कहा जाता था. सो ये टर्म 1871 में वजूद में आई थी, और इसके बारे में आप देख सकते हैं कि रॉबर्ट जो हैं उन्होंने फॉर द वेरी फर्स्ट टाइम इस टर्म को इंट्रोड्यूस करवाया था. ओके जी, दिस इज समथिंग अबाउट टुडेज लिटरेरी टर्म्स. हम जो हैं दोबारा इंशाल्लाह कुछ मजीद टर्म्स हैं वो विल डेफिनेटली ट्राई टू कंक्लूड दोज टर्म्स इंशाल्लाह इन अ नेक्स्ट सिटिंग. आपने इन टर्म्स को प्रिपेयर करना है ढंग से. एक चीज़ हमेशा याद रखिएगा, आपने अपने इंटरव्यूज में मंजिल जब आपके करीब आती है तब थकना नहीं है, हिम्मत नहीं हारनी है. और आपके मॉक सेशंस, मॉक इंटरव्यू सेशंस डिफिकल्ट होते हैं. एक चीज़ हमेशा याद रखिएगा कि आपके एक्चुअल इंटरव्यूज काफ़ी आसान होंगे इससे. सो कभी मॉक इंटरव्यूज थोड़े से डिफिकल्ट इसलिए भी होते हैं कि आपको ज़रा प्रैक्टिस करने के लिए थोड़ा सा टफ टाइम मिल जाए। अगर ये जो है वो आसान हो और एक्चुअल इंटरव्यूज मुश्किल आ जाए तो स्टोरी रिवर्स हो जाएगी, ठीक है। सो मॉक इंटरव्यूज से इतना ज़्यादा परेशान नहीं होना, लेकिन मॉक इंटरव्यूज में बेहतरीन परफॉर्म करना आपके लिए इनएविटेबल है और होना भी चाहिए, ठीक है। अगर आप अपने मॉक इंटरव्यूज में 70+ पे जा रहे हैं तो डेट मीन्स कि आप इजीली जो है वो 70+ पे ही रहेंगे। बट अगर आप अपने मॉक इंटरव्यूज में जो है वो फॉल कर रहे हैं जिस रैंकिंग पे, तो आगे आपको उसको चेंज करना होता है, चीज़ें लॉक नहीं हो जाती हैं। सो मॉक इंटरव्यूज को बड़े ढंग से लिया करें और ढंग से इनको प्रिपेयर किया करें। सो आखिरी चीज़ कि कामयाब लोगों की चमक धमक हमें बड़ी मुतासिर करती है, लेकिन इसके पीछे उन्होंने कितने अंधेरे घाटे होते हैं, कितनी मुश्किलात झेली होती हैं, अब वो कोई नहीं जानता। और वही एक चीज़ जो मैं आपसे अक्सर कहा करता हूँ कि कामयाब होने वाले बंदे के पास और नाकाम होने वाले बंदे के पास लंबी लिस्ट होती है मजबूरियों की, प्रॉब्लम्स की, तकलीफ़ों की, कि मैं ये इस वजह से नहीं कर सका, मैं ये इस वजह से नहीं कर सका। जो कर सकते हैं उनके पास एक वजह होती है कर गुजरने की और कर गुजरते हैं। अगर इब्राहिम लिंकन जो एक मोची का और बाद में लेकर हारा वो बन गया, उसका बेटा अमेरिका का प्रेसिडेंट बन सकता है। अगर मलिक महराज खालिद जो कि अपने बाप के साथ दूध बेचा करते थे, वो पाकिस्तान के जो हैं वो सदर या वजीर आजम बन सकते हैं। अगर जो हैं वो डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम जो कि अखबारें बेचा करते थे, और डेफिनेटली उनकी एक बायोग्राफी है, मैं ज़रूर रिकमेंड करूँगा कि उनको सुनिएगा, यूट्यूब पे जाके डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम की बायोग्राफी लिखिएगा, तो ये आपको काफ़ी मोटिवेशन मिलेगी इससे। डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम बायोग्राफी, मेरा ख्याल है नाम एक एक बड़े अच्छे जो हैं वो हैं, उन्होंने इसको जो है वो नरेट किया है, नाम मेरे ज़हन में अभी नहीं आ रहा। बट अगर ये इंडिया के प्राइम मिनिस्टर बन सकते हैं, सदर बन सकते हैं, तो डेफिनेटली आप भी कुछ भी कर सकते हैं। और इंसान के लिए वही कुछ है जिसकी वो कोशिश करता है। मेहनत, हिम्मत कीजिए, ये दिन गुजर जाएंगे, चीज़ें आसान हो जाएंगी, जो चीज़ रह जाएगी वो रिजल्ट्स बाकी रह जाएंगे। अभी आप जितनी मेहनत करते हैं, जितनी रातें लगा रहे हैं, जितनी देर जाग रहे हैं, दिन गुजर जाएंगे, रातें भी गुजर जाएंगी, लेकिन जो चीज़ बाकी रह जाएगा वो इनका फल रह जाएगा, वो इनका समर रह जाएगा, वो इनके रिजल्ट्स रह जाएंगे। और अगर जो है आपको मूव ऑन करना है, ज़िंदगी में आगे बढ़ना है, तो कुछ दिन मेहनत के होते हैं और बाकी जो हैं वो उनकी रिजल्ट्स को एंजॉय करने वाले होते हैं। सो अभी आप जिस फेज से गुजर रहे हैं ये वो मेहनत के फेज हैं। सो आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट कि आप जो हैं वो इसमें ढंग से मेहनत कीजिए, अल्लाह ताला की ज़ात आपके हामी और नासिर हों। और अगर आप जो हैं वो कहीं पे भी कोई प्रॉब्लम फील करते हैं तो आप ज़रूर इनबॉक्स में कॉन्टेक्ट कर सकते हैं। Well, yes, it is. So, ji, thank you so much. Hope to see all of you, inshallah, on Monday. Till then, take care of yourself. Have a good evening. Khuda Hafiz.